All right, now Drake has his new HO scale reefer car kit here from Scale Trains. He's just kind of getting it out of the box here. And you're going to build this now, aren't you?
Yep.
So, while he's sitting here getting all the parts out and getting that together, we'll talk a little bit. Drake, how did you get into trains?
I think I first got into them from the Thomas play rail train set. So play rail is like the battery operated trains, so they're not real model trains.
Are those the ones that used to run like on the blue tracks?
Yes.
I remember those. I used to like those because you could run them on the floor too. They didn't have to be on the tracks.
Yeah.
I mean, they would probably go crazy and go into the tables and stuff, but that was fun, wasn't it? And then, what was the first electric train set you got?
My first one, I think it was the N-scale Amtrak train.
An N scale, or like as a set, or
An N-scale train set.
yeah. Well, here we are. You're working on an HO scale. HO wasn't the first one. So you're saying N scale was your first train.
And then after N-scale was O scale.
And what O scale train did you get?
I think it was a freight set. Yeah, it was a freight
Was that
set. It was
like
Lionel.
the Lionel, like the New York Central
The
one?
New York Central one.
That had that cool. That had that cool power pack. That was like the black one with the red throttle handle, kind of like you pull up on the throttle. And
That's the one.
I remember when you first got that, setting that up like under the dining room table and stuff, and running that and turning our lights off so we could see the headlight.
Yeah.
And now here you are, you're putting your own trains together.
Yeah, this is my first time building a kit, so I don't know how it's going to turn out.
You can always take it apart and start again, I suppose, right? If you're
But once we glue it down, it's glued down.
Well, I'm not sure this is even a glue kit. I think this is more of a snap together.
Well,
Is it?
we'll have to find out.
Well, why don't you open up the instructions and see what it tells us to do first?
Okay. Let's see.
I think we mentioned how these come with metal wheels on the trucks. Let me see. Have you used one of these before where you look at the instructions like that?
I think so.
Is that
Okay.
step one?
Yeah, one sharp hobby knife, Phillips screwdriver, hobby glue for little small parts like these,
Okay.
and also in here.
I
Those
see.
little small parts.
That's right.
And we need tweezers.
Alright, so let me pause for a second. We'll grab all that. Alright, there's everything we need right there. And let's take a look at those instructions. What's the first thing to do?
First thing is the shell.
Step one, to secure the weight to the floor with the supplied screws.
So here's that. And here's the weight.
I see some screws down in here. It looks like there's several screws here. I can't tell if these are all the same size or not. We'll put them all down here and check. A couple of little screws. These screws have sort of like a ring. It's like a built-in washer around them.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. I know there's somebody watching this right now out there that's thinking, these guys need better lighting.
Okay, so
That one's in, and then you get that other one. Other direction.
It's my first time building a kit.
Hey, you know how they say, it's first time for everything. Does it feel loose or does it feel tight?
It's loose, yeah.
I think that's nice and tight right there.
Alright, there we go.
All right, so that's step 1. Step 2, as I said, turning the floor over. Place the brake rigging assembly over the corresponding holes. Working from the center of the car, secure the air tanks, triple valve and brake levers, working your way towards the ends of the brake rods.
So this.
Mm-hmm.
It's you won't be able to see it because it's all black.
So you've got like holes there that it'll snap in. So make sure those holes all line up. So the 2 pins go there and the 2 pins go there. That's better. There's a lot, you know, when you start working with really fine, tiny parts like that, it's really frustrating. Like if you got sensitive hands or whatever. So let's flip it around. I think it goes this way. See how there's 1 hole there and there's 2 down here. Can't get that. There we go. And then these 2 go here. And then you probably want to put a little CA glue here and there. Or model glue. I think CA glue would work best here. And we'll use a little.
Yeah, this one came out.
Yeah. Alright, well, we used a little bit of model glue. I didn't use the CA glue. We used the model glue here. Just a little drop on the tip of the razor blade, and we touch it to the part where it needs to go, and then put that together. Next step says, noting the orientation of the coupler centering springs, install 1 spring in each coupler box. So what we're talking about is actually these parts here. You want to snap the thing on it?
There we go.
Alright, we got the couplers on. Next step is install the trucks with the supplied screws.
Which are these? Not the trucks from Thomas, if you are wondering.
Alright, so let's get these on there then.
These trucks are kind of easy to install. Or not. I mean, this is my first time doing this kind of kit. Doing a scale trains kit, so.
Yeah, well, you know, the first time is where you get to make all the mistakes so you can improve on it on the next one. I mean, that's really what life is about, is making mistakes and, you know, trying again. And here, let's get that screw off of there again. Try it again. I just find a lot of these train parts are so small. I mean, we're working at HO scale. I don't know how those N scale modelers do this, because it's so tedious. I don't know, maybe it's my guitar player hands and the calluses and right there. All right, now why don't you try and screw that down? You know what the problem is we're using too big of a screwdriver. We need one of those smaller ones. We're using like this monster size. Look at this thing. I mean, it's a monster screwdriver. It'd be a lot easier if we just take this piece off and just use that, right?
But not this.
See, look how easy it is now. All right, it really makes a difference to use one of these micro screwdrivers here. It went in a lot easier. It also helps to use the camera light so you can see what you're doing, because a black screw on a black part on a black background is really hard for somebody in their 50s who's trying to like put that together. So you definitely could use better lighting, which we don't really have here. So the next step is, we got the trucks installed. Install the floor into the body, making sure the brake cylinder points toward the brake end of the car. You may need to spread the body slightly to snap the floor in place. So here's the cylinder part. That's on this end of the car, and that would be where.
And here's the brake side.
So that's the brake side. That'll go down here. Yeah. And it says you may need to spread the body part.
I don't know what it means by spread.
Like pull it apart a little bit like that. Expand it so the ladders go around the chassis.
I can't do this.
You can do it, Drake.
This is so difficult.
So that's the brake side there, and this is the cylinder side of the car. So these two pieces are going to go together here like that. I'm going to turn them over. I'm going to do end to end there, and then pull apart in the center there. So that kind of drops down.
Now let's flip it over and see if we did it.
Looks pretty good. It's pretty balanced. And then
Yeah, if it's not coming out.
the next step is to install the roof walk onto the body.
One piece will connect there. Okay, this is going to be more difficult with the chassis intact because it's going to keep moving.
It says install the roof walk onto the body. The post along the roof will snap into place. Take special care to insert the roof walk supports at the ends of the car into the corresponding holes. So it sounds like you're going to do the center part of it first and then snap in the ends.
Yeah, I don't think so.
There we go.
That's not going in now.
I think you kind of like bend this up while you're pushing down at the same time. That's it. And snap it down.
Yeah, that's not going in.
Let's turn it around this way so I can see it better. There we go. How's that? I think that's it.
Nope. We are forgetting the brake wheel.
And the last step, install this guy.
Take a break, kid. Get it?
Leave a comment if you know what movie that line is from.
Yeah, that's not going in.
You're gonna need to use glue on that. You know, these kits, you can get them at a lower price. I think it's because some of the tedious points of the building part of it, they let the customer deal with it instead of having the workers do it and then paying a little extra for it to be done correctly. It's like IKEA furniture, you know, they want you to do it. You save money, but you know, you have to deal with the meager mind as opposed to the professional mind who's building it. There we go.
And now the brake wheel.
That's it.
And
What do you think? Do we have a complete reefer unit? Does it look like the picture?
let's see. Does it look like the picture?
I think it looks pretty good.
It looks like the picture. Well, in the picture it's a Santa Fe, but ours is a Southern Pacific. But it still looks like the picture anyway.
It has wheels, it has couplers, it has a catwalk on the top, and a brake wheel. I think we're successful.
Yep.
Alright, you guys. Thanks for watching Runaway Trains.
We'll see you on the next run.